because that crew would have taken him apart just for his mouth.
The only thing that I ever heard, the only time I've ever heard him mentioned was from Kenny McCabe. And you know who Kenny was. And Kenny was the closest guy to him. He did more with Kuklinski than anybody else. Because he used to tell me when I would go into the city and have lunch with him and things like this. I was already retired. And he used to tell me, this guy is lying, but they want to believe him because he's saying things they'd like to clear and things like that. But he's, Kenny kept catching him in lies, and he never.
He said he killed Roy DeMeo.
Yeah. Then Frank told me that he claims he killed Roy DeMeo. Now we know he couldn't get within a mile of Roy DeMeo, and if he did, he'd be dead. So.
Well, Frank said he couldn't even identify what was in the trunk with Roy when you said.
Yeah. Now, how could you not know what was in that trunk? It was one of the most shocking things we ever saw. I was there when we popped the trunk out.
Oh, you were there?
I was there, and when we popped the trunk on his caddy, and I was standing right next to the guy banging it. Thing pops open, right on top is a chandelier, or a shade for a chandelier, or something, big lamp shade, or chandelier. I'm not sure. Chandelier. I mean, it was huge, sitting right on top of him. So they pull that out, and of course, then Roy's hands are up. He'd been shot through his hands. We had informants that were telling us that Roy DeMeo is going to be clipped by the Gambino family. For the simple reason that they didn't trust him. Not because they thought he would go talk on his own, but he couldn't take pressure. He couldn't take the heat.
Yeah, he was eating Valiums.
Yeah.
He was eating a handful of Valiums.
Yeah, well, you know that part. I don't know, but that was our word that he was going to be clipped, and he was going to be clipped because they didn't feel. Once he was arrested and the pressure was put on him, he would fold and he would make a deal and testify. And so